Hey there, I'm Cynthia, the Serenity Warrior Mama and founder of What You Seek Is Within. Today I want to talk to you about a concept that keeps repeating itself in my life lately. Do things like that ever happen to you, or something just shows up over and over again? Do you stop and take notice? I figure if the universe is going to keep showing it to me, it's probably important and I should probably take notice. So a couple of times this concept has come up over the last week or so, and so I wanted to talk about it today. There's a quote that goes like this: "In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity." Albert Einstein said that. I firmly believe that every difficulty really does have an opportunity. It's the silver lining approach to life. It took me a long time to come around to this more positive way of thinking, but now that I'm here, I love it, and I firmly believe that it's what we as parents of spirited children need and what our spirited children need for themselves. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about this because I think that it's something that not every parent understands, or if they do, they don't put it into practice. So the best way to put it into practice, which was pointed out to me by Aaron Korselman of Honestly ADHD, was using the question, what went right? It's a very simple question, but if you ask that question first, after a difficult situation with your child, you'll find that it's much easier for you to focus on the positive that actually happened in that situation, and it'll be easier for you to talk to your child later on about maybe the negative things that happened in that situation, because they will have been recognized for the good that they did instead of immediately recognized for the negative. So it's a really great approach when you're handling any sort of situation: sibling rivalry, lying, fighting, any of those types of really difficult situations, device time. I know that's something we all struggle with. So yeah, just ask your child what went right as the very first thing that you say to them after a difficult situation has completed itself. The other two places this has shown up recently is in a book that I'm reading called Transforming the Intense Child Workbook. Now, my kids' school actually uses this workbook to teach their teachers how to handle difficult children. And it's called the Nurtured Heart Approach that they teach in this book. And basically, the idea is that you're going to focus on giving as much energy as you can to the positive and give very little energy to the negative. So you're still going to discipline, you're still going to provide consequences when necessary. They do recommend a different type of consequence, but the message is still the same. But the idea is that you're going to provide a lot of energy around the positivity and a lot and very little energy around the negative consequence or whatnot. The other place this came up is I was watching an interview with Marie Forleo and Ryan Holiday, and he talks about his, you hear my dog in the background, and he talks about his unexpected gratitude practice. Most people spend a lot of time, including myself, writing down what we're grateful for. I have a notebook that I write down 10 things I'm grateful for every morning. And his gratitude practice is to write down something he's grateful for that was a bad moment or time or situation in his life. So I got into a car accident yesterday. I'm grateful that the person who hit me had insurance. I'm grateful that even though my car was totaled, I got a new car. So there's a silver lining to everything. And so that's what he does. He spends time looking for those silver linings in those potentially very negative or difficult situations. And I thought that was a great interview. And I love Marie Forleo, so I watch pretty much everything she does. And the last place where you might see this is if you're part of my Facebook group. You will see every Wednesday we have a prompt called What Went Right Wednesday. So I ask my members to do this exercise with their children and themselves. You know, if they had a bad day, what was the one thing that they could find that went right in that bad day? There's always something. And I know a couple of people have talked about not being able to figure out what went right. And sometimes it's something really small, and sometimes it's the absence of something. So for instance, if normally your children get into an argument and they hit each other, but this time they got into an argument, they didn't hit each other, they didn't walk away like they were supposed to, they didn't, find a different location, but they didn't hit each other. So that's something that went right, especially if it's something that happens a lot and it didn't happen at that particular moment. So I get that it's difficult to start thinking this way. It's a mind shift for sure, and you'll find that the more you do it, the easier it is. But yeah, initially you might need to start with something very small or the absence of something. So anyway, that was all I wanted to talk about today. I hope that helps. It's been a very powerful tool for me to use in my life, and looks like a lot of other people are using it too. A lot of other self-help people in the business are using it. So it definitely works. I encourage you to try it out. And check out that book, Transforming the Intense Child Workbook. It's pretty good, and I think it'll be really helpful for you if you're struggling with your spirited child. So take care. I'll see you next time. And remember, you have everything you need inside you right now.